There's a lot of social media tools out there, but today we're going to narrow it down to the #1 social media tool that you should use. You might think it's obvious, but I'd rather just jot it down right now anyways. Right now I have a list right here. I have Twitter, blogs, wikis, Facebook, Ning, and YouTube. I'm going to go down each one and tell you what's good about them, why you should use it. Twitter is the first one. Everyone says this is the #1 social network right now, and everyone thinks that this is the new age of blogging, and right now there's about 1 million people on Twitter. Again, we're in this huge technological bubble, and a lot of people in schools right now are not using it. Businesses are just starting to use it or experiment with it. Twitter is really good for a direct contact with another person. By using the @ in their Twitter username, you can talk with them online. Also, it's great for building up an audience and promoting things you do on other sites like Facebook or YouTube video or friend feed or even your blog. Really good for promotion, really good for meeting people, and it's really good. I mean, I think that it's a little overrated. There's a lot of downtime right now, and the more people you follow, the harder it is to connect to those people and really bond with them. So I don't think Twitter is the #1. Let's skip around. Ning is a great social network. It actually allows anyone in the world to have their own social network. In this way, you could start a community around any topic that is of interest to you and find people who are either using Ning or that you find on a blog or a social network and attract them to this one user base and promote it. And you can actually generate advertising revenue from your site that you create. But it's not really yours. It still has the Ning look and feel. A lot of people, there's not that much usage on the system right now, although there is millions of social networks. It's kind of cluttered. I would not say it is the #1. Next, you have a wiki. Now, you might not think it should be on this list, but in my opinion, I think a wiki is very powerful. Why? Because it allows you to collaborate with other people. I think the greatest relationships are formed when you're working on the same team as someone else. So when you're in the workplace, if you are in the same group working on the same project, and you complete it and you work together during it to make the output, I think that your relationship with that person is going to be stronger than if you're just talking to them on a social network. So I think wikis are pretty important, but I think it is more of like a one-time thing, and you can only do so many people at once before there's too many people with access and it gets confusing. I don't think it's that strong. YouTube. This video right now is going on YouTube. I think YouTube is an amazing personal brand tool because video is hot, and not only is video hot, but you get to showcase your personality to someone else. It's not just what I look like, it's not just how I come off. You're getting the full Dan Schawbel or your name right there. I think it's really important, but it's only so much. I mean, people can't judge everything by a video or a few videos. I think we need something more. I don't think YouTube's the #1. There's also way too many videos on it right now. It gets confusing. Facebook is a really great tool, not only for meeting other people, seeing and catching up with friends along the way. So I use it for friends from high school, college, from camp when I used to go to camp. I use it for business contacts and people I meet through my blog and other social networks. It's really good for keeping in touch with everyone, finding out what they're doing, see if they're in a relationship, or if it's their birthday, you can say happy birthday, great for networking. Facebook is a great tool, but I just think it's just too much clutter with this as well. The user base is 60 million. As you add more and more friends, it keeps harder to keep track of everything, and you really can't promote what you're doing as well on it. You might form a group or an event, but it's really hard to maneuver that. So I don't think Facebook's the #1. Oh, surprise, surprise. And for one thing, we're not doing friend feed here because friend feed's still new, and I'm still getting used to this tool. And I think that blogging is #1. Now here are the reasons why blogging is #1. Blogging is the number one way to build your brand, because within multiple posts, you're showcasing your knowledge. And even if it's not knowledge, you're showcasing what you're interested in. So again, you're attracting or repelling people based on what you write and what you put. It's also very important because you can build your own profile on there. You can showcase your press, you can showcase your work experience, and you can connect with other people with guest posts by linking to other blogs, by them linking back. Not only that, but you can use these other social networks, intertwine them on your blog. So I think that Facebook and LinkedIn, sorry, LinkedIn's not there. LinkedIn's good for professional contacts, but a lot of people don't use it too often. They just use it for storage space. YouTube, Ning, all of these can be linked to from your blog to showcase your proficiency in social media and to allow people to connect with you off your blog. So I think that's also valuable. So it becomes a central universe for the brand called you. Also, besides being great at networking and giving other people content for free, you can obviously monetize a blog. People are making 6 figures using a blog as well, so it turns into a full-fledged business. Also, on a blog, you are building an online presence. So blogs are incredible for Google standing or Google page rank because of the amount of content that's pushed on a blog, the amount of keywords that are used, the amount of links that are built because you keep updating content and there's more content for someone to link to. You rise in Google, and therefore you're creating a better presence for yourself, and this is great for recruitment. It's also great for entrepreneurship or just to get your name out there in terms of visibility. So this is why I think that blogs are number one. It's also because it's yours. You have full control over your blog. It's not sitting on Facebook. It's not sitting on Ning. It's sitting on Dan Schawbel's website or your website, and that means you have full control over it. This is your brand, and you can do anything you want. There's flexibility, and that's why I think blogs are number one.